South Sister Mountain Peak, Oregon Deschutes Wilderness, 10,358 feet in altitude, miles from the nearest road. How is it this is where I find myself, only 1 week after re-emigrating to the US? Well, I was about to be thrown into a new place again. I thought a little practice couldn't hurt. That's part of why I signed up for Outward Bound, that and how much I had missed nature and the outdoors living in London for 6 years. The trip I chose was a 14-day, 10-kid rafting and mountaineering trip. It covered over 100 miles of distance, beginning with 3 rafts on the Deschutes River and concluding with just the clothes on our backs on the top of a glacier-covered mountain. Over the course of the trip, I came to learn that Outward Bound is a lot more than a wilderness tour. It's a philosophy. To boil life down to the bare essentials, to help people find who essentially they are. So on top of the teamwork of guiding a raft through whitewater down a river, we also did a bunch of individual challenges. These ranged from rock jumps and cliff rappels to whitewater swims and capsize tests in the freezing mountain water. But they represented overcoming all kinds of fears. Almost everyone was brought way out of their element at some point or another. Later in the trip, we summited the South Sister Mountain in a 2-day trek that had us climbing over 8,000 feet. Mountaineers have a term called the false peak illusion, which is basically the illusion that every next hill is the last peak of the mountain, and only when you are about to give up and turn back, that's when you finally do reach the top. We were not the exception, but when we did finally reach the peak, the view made all the rest of it worth it. But although I went for the nature to Outward Bound, I came back with something I think is more valuable: confidence. That's what had me coming back the next year, that time to North Carolina, and for a whole month, and inspired me to do so many things here. I would call that my aha moment, but it wasn't just one moment, and calling it that wouldn't do justice to the rest of it. The trip, 10 kids and 2 instructors, rafting and climbing and trekking our way through Oregon, was a big part of learning that happiness comes from doing things and meeting people and having the confidence that that takes. But it wasn't all of it either. I think I'm still learning that now. I think I always will be. I guess I think that life isn't gauged or measured in moments. Maybe it isn't meant to be measured at all.